Every week during the college football season, it's our look at the Old Dominion football program. We call it Wake Up with Wilder with head football coach Bobby Wilder. Coach, a competitive game down in Miami against FIU. We broke the seal on Hayden Wolf at quarterback, and you saw some things you liked.
Yeah, and the words you just used, competitive, I'm really proud of our guys and the effort they put in. We went down there with 30 guys hurt, down 7 starters, our 2 D linemen, our 2 D tackles, our center, kick returner, and we just competed our tails off throughout this game, Ted. It was hot. It was 95 down on the field. The locker room was hot. We had guys getting IVs at halftime, but they just played their tails off. And the freshman quarterback, I thought, for his first ever college game, played really well in this game. He was on his reads, and he'll be even better this week.
What is it about his learning process that gives you that confidence?
Well, number one is that it's still fairly new to him. As you remember, he came off shoulder surgery, hurt in his semifinal game back in December. Wasn't available in the spring. He was an early enrollee but couldn't practice, but he learned. He was in the meeting room. He was with Coach Wickham, started throwing the ball around June, and has just developed throughout the fall. Remember, most of his plays and work this fall, Ted, have come on the scout team against the first defense, so he's had to get the ball out of his hands quick, and that's what you saw in this game Saturday.
When a team is 1-7 going into the game last week, you're looking for little sparks. What is it about Hayden Wolf that saw sparks ignite on both sides of the ball and special teams?
Well, the number one thing is our defense knew him, so they knew going into the game what he could do because they'd spent the most time with him on the scout team. And then the fact in the RPO game, those run-pass options, the ball comes out quickly, and it was going to the right spot. So our receivers, tight ends, learned in this game, Ted, when you run your route, you better get your head around because that ball's coming out quick. You saw that a number of times in the game where the wide receiver might have been a little late or the tight end, recognizing that. That's what they all learned in this game that we'll be better at this week.
What will he be better at this week, having a game under his belt?
Well, the number one thing now is the confidence to know that you can do it. So much of college football is confidence, is feeling like I can do this. Well, the only way you get confidence is to do it well in a game, and he did it well in this game. He didn't do it as well as he will with experience, but it's interesting. Eric Bohannon, our sports information director, sent me the stats from DeMarco and Heineke and Washington, their first games. His stats were as good as any of them. I mean, it was right there with Taylor in his first ever game, so that's encouraging for all of us moving forward.
Also against one of the better pass defenses at the FBS level in Conference USA and FIU. Okay, so you move forward. Now it's UTSA. They're banged up coming off a loss against Texas A&M. They need a win as well. What do you see from the Roadrunners?
Well, this is a big one for us. I mean, this is the game of the year. I told the players yesterday, we're coming back home. We have not played well at home the last 2 weeks. Our fans deserve better, and they will get better this weekend. What I'm really impressed with, Ted, UTSA, is their front, their O-line and their D-line. They're big, they're physical. Their O-line's got a lot of returning starters, 2 all-conference players, and they do a good job possessing the ball, playing field position. Like us, they've struggled to create explosive plays. They played Texas A&M this past week, and it's 14-7 with a minute to go in the first half, so a tough physical team.
Now, one of the nice things about the game at FIU was Lala Davis showing us spurts of Lala Davis when he's healthy, and he's going to be more on the mend, correct?
He is, yeah. He had 6 carries for 58 yards, a couple explosives. That's the best his ankle has felt since the Virginia Tech game. He hurt it in the UVA game. So the last 6 weeks he hasn't felt right. The ankle felt much better.
Now the bottom line is, with all the good feeling about the new quarterback coming in and getting some good experience and Lala feeling better, still the offense was sputtering. What do you need to work on this week to get better for Saturday?
Well, the biggest thing, Ted, what we saw Saturday, 6 of our drives were in their territory, and we only scored 3 times. We had critical penalties. We gave up sacks. And the big emphasis this week for the offense is finishing those drives. When we get on the plus side of the field, stop shooting ourselves in the foot. I mean, don't go backwards by our own doing. Make positive plays moving forward.
There you have it. Old Dominion and UTSA back in the friendly confines of Cornblau Field at SB Ballard Stadium this Saturday, kickoff at 2 o'clock. For the coach, Bobby Wilder, I'm Ted Alexander. Wake Up with Wilder from Monarch Media.
Have a great week, everybody.